Yeah, they're going to be doing a review on the Samsung Galaxy Tab. I have the model 7510. Mine's a 32 gig. I'm going to be doing comparison between like the 16 gigs between the Tab 2, Tab 3, and then the iPad 2 for comparison. So starting off here, it has a 10.1 screen. That goes for the Tab 2 and the Tab 3. And then the weight for the Tab 2 is 1.245 pounds in comparison to the Tab 3, which is 1.124, which is a little bit lighter by a couple grams. The slimness, it is 0.34 inches, and the Tab 3 is 0.31 inches. And for the width, going this direction, it's going to be 10.11 inches, and the Tab 3 it's 9.57, and the height, going from top to bottom, that's going to be 6.90, and the Tab 3 is 6.93. They both have 800 by 1280 LCD screen, and with the 149 pixels per square inch, or per inch, should I say. They both have the 1 gig RAM, and then for the hard drive it varies between 16, 32, and 64 gigabytes, depending on what you need it for, what you want to get. Processor, it's a 1 gigahertz dual core NVIDIA Tegra 2, and the Galaxy Tab 3 is a 1.6 gigahertz dual core Intel Atom processor. Both of the tabs are flash supported, so you can use websites that require flash. It does have a front and a back camera, which I think is great because that way you can take pictures if you need to without pointing the tablet in the other direction. But the camera, the front one, it's 2 megapixels, and but for the Tab 3 it's 1.3 megapixels. And then for the rear camera, it's 3 megapixels, which shoots at 720p. So, going around the tablet, it's as you can see, it's pretty thin. That's the speakers, and then you got your power button on the left, and then up and down is the air buttons are your volumes, and then it's got your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and that's pretty much the front of the tab. You got your little buttons down there, so there's no push buttons on the screen itself like the Tab 3. And then for the back, it's got a nice little texture backing, plastic I believe it is, and then that's your rear camera with your LED flash as well. So really nice tablet. I've had it for a few months now. I got this for myself when my wife has the iPad 2, and I would say it's pretty comparable and pretty fast, and I would say a lot cheaper than the iPad. That's why I basically got it for myself. But as you can see, it's pretty quick with sliding and whatnot, opening up apps. I'll go for internet, and this is specifications, and then let's just try to go for Google, and we'll see. It pulls up fairly quickly, I think, and my internet right now is not the greatest, so let me try a different web page. Let's go with Rockstar. You got your load up bar at the top, and loads up pretty quickly. Man, that's pretty much it for internet. So yeah, for your buttons down here, you got your back button, your home button. This brings up your, I think, recent activities, possibly. Yeah, recent activities. And then that one is your screen capture. So just like normal Androids, you can hold an icon and drag it wherever you need it to. And then apps, you just got your variation of apps. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And so for the iPad, to compare it with the iPad 2, iPad 2 runs off or can be upgraded to the iOS 7. It's 9.5 inches tall, 7.3 wide, 0.35 thick, and 1.34 pounds. It's got the 768 by 1024 screen, so it's got a little bit, not as good a resolution, and a little bit smaller of a screen by the 9.7 inches. And the pixels per inch is also 132, as opposed to the 149 that the Galaxies have. Camera, it only has the front camera, and that's a 0.7 megapixel, which runs at 960 by 720p or 720p. And then the processor is a 1 gigahertz dual core processor. So iPad is a little bit thicker as well by like 0.1 millimeter for the Tab 2, but I think it's 4 millimeters by the Galaxy, or by the Tab 3, and then it's a lot heavier. It's 1.34 pounds as opposed to the 1.24 and then 1.1124. So iPad's a little bit more heavier, a little bit bulkier, but if you like your iPads or you like your your Android, you're going to go with whatever you want to go with. The Galaxy 2 or the Tab 2, that one's going anywhere from 200 to 400 depending on the gigabyte or hard drive size that you're getting. And then Tab 3 right now, it's on sale for 300. And then the the iPad is on sale, not on sale, but just going for around 400 right now. So about $100 difference, between iPad and the Galaxy, Android system. So it just depends on what you want to go for. I'm not too particular. I mean, it's Androids are pretty nice. I've always used them pretty much since they first came out. And I like them a lot. I'm fairly familiar with the systems and whatnot. And then iPads, they're pretty good as well. I do think the iPad has a quicker keyboard as opposed to the Galaxies, because it seems like it takes a little bit to kind of sometimes it seems like it's doing pretty good right now, but sometimes it just kind of lags. But I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, and we can get them situated.